Welcome, join us as we explore the mystical insights of the Blood Moon Oracle, revealing profound guidance for your journey ahead. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Leticia here. Today we're going to take a look as we are approaching the season of this day that we call Thanksgiving. I have my thoughts about the day, but that's neither here nor there. It's every day is Thanksgiving for me, but even more so, I think this season is one where we get to look for reasons to be thankful and to be giving. After that comes Christmas, and there's no other time of year that we find this spirit of sharing and, gathering and finding reasons to be especially kind. Again, I don't think that we need a special time of year to do that. It's every day, that we can find reasons to do beautiful things for people. But with that being said, I do want to tap into reasons why we are thankful right now. And so we're going to do a encouragement reading around reasons why we are thankful, and that will be our encouragement today. Reasons to be or reasons why we are thankful. I get a strong sense that there's a strong family craving, that there's a desire for fellowship, or maybe that's what's needed more than ever in this season. But what reasons do we have to be thankful, Spirit? All right. So I pulled a few oracle cards from my Oracle Sevens deck, tapping into the energies that we have to be thankful. I have exposed and revealed. I always love that eye. That's the focal point of this picture. We have shining through. Very beautiful picture. Light shining up out of a flower. We have great big love. A heart with light pouring out of it. Wings carrying it forward. And time machine. I really do feel like this is a very appropriate energy that's coming out. And when we look at the energy of exposed and revealed, this is really coming from the energy of love. It's coming from the energy of love. Actually, this one is coming from the energy of fire. The energy of fire. And exposed and revealed is all about healing. This could be a very beautiful time where we're thankful. This is an opportunity to come back together and heal wounds or broken relationships, things that may have at some point tore us apart. Exposed and revealed is all about pulling the curtains back off of anything that's hidden. This also could be a time where there's an opportunity to heal ourselves. In healing things with others, we have the opportunity to heal ourselves. And, it's a beautiful thing because even though it's exposed and revealed, it's like pulling the sheets back off of something that's hidden. There's no way that it can be healed if it remains hidden, and unleashing it can be painful. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but it is a necessary part of the process. Pulling things back so that we can see what lies underneath, what's hidden, what keeps us, small, or what things cause us not to feel worthy and loved. And, feeling like we are appreciated, taken seriously, all those things that's important when it comes to connection. So expose and reveal brings out the energy of being thankful that we have the opportunity to heal past unresolved trauma or wounds that will lead to freedom. And so that's coming out here, focusing on things like self-worth and the underlying beauty in rejection, right? And let me explain what I mean by that, because not everything that we desire is aligned for us. And so rejection, as we have heard many times, can actually be a form of protection, right? Just because you want it doesn't mean that you should have it. And so there's something that's being revealed and exposed, or has been, that we're thankful for right now. When we look back at all the things that we tried to do or tried to get and bring into our lives when it really wasn't for us. And we think about how if we had our way, that could have actually wrecked our lives, right? It's being thankful in that sense too. Shining through, I think, is more about love. This is the energy of love coming through, shining through. And let me see. No, it's about sound. So expose and reveal is about fire. Shining through is about sound. As you look at this light substance shining through this flower, now it's about sound. So can you imagine what the sound would be here? And when we talk about sound, we're talking about being thankful for the ability to express ourselves, to be able to remove any masks, any filters, being able to show up authentically, being thankful for that, and being able to communicate and really feel good about who we are in all that it is, and allowing ourselves to show up in the world. This is almost like from that solar plexus chakra, being able to show up in the world and refusing to make yourself small for any reason, for anyone, right? In the middle of the eye, if you can see, there's a person that's kind of curled up and crouched up. This is about being released and freed from this energy. We are thankful. I feel like this year has provided so many opportunities for healing and growth and allowing us to step into our true power and our essence and just really enjoying who we are and what we bring to the world. Not muzzling that, allowing whatever that is, whoever that is, to come through loud and clear. This is a sound. So this could be about communication or some type of self-expression that we've been able to share, that we've been able to participate in this year. We're thankful for that. I'm thankful. That's why I'm here, live, recording, for that reason. I'm thankful. We also have great big love coming out. That's the heart with the wings. And great big love, this is about love, right? Great big love, obviously. And great big love, we're looking at this heart. It's blue. The hues around it is blue. This is about being thankful about this huge expression, this huge experience of love, and that without conditions. Have you ever been in a relationship or been in a connection where you didn't feel like you had to change any part of yourself? Like you could just show up as your authentic self and be okay, not have to cringe or hold your tongue, or, you know, this is about that kind of love. We're thankful. If you have that kind of love, or you're surrounded with energy that allow you to show up so authentically that you just feel free, you feel value. You know, some people just have that ability to welcome people in, you know, and it's not like, well, if you're not like this, then you can't come in. That there's this openness sometimes that we have, this feeling or this ability to be hospitable is a good way of putting that. When it comes to love, love without conditions. For some, this could be about romantic love. Maybe this year you found your person and it has been wonderful, and there hasn't been, you know, judgment or criticism. It's just been a very beautiful, clear experience, right? For some of you, this could be about changes that you've made deep within that has allowed you to harmonize with your connections. And maybe you brought in soulmates. Now, soulmates aren't always romantic. They can be, but soulmates mean that you've met that person, like I was saying, that you align, you see eye to eye, you have this very aligned connection between each other. And it could be, I believe it could be even be an animal, but it could be someone, you know, else that you know. I have a few. One of them is much younger than me. I felt this strong calling to her energy, to her spirit. It's not romantic. A soulmate is someone that aligns with your soul. There's an alignment there. There's a frequency that vibes before you even know the person, right? You feel like you've known the person for a long time. And so this is about that kind of love, that kind of expression. And yes, I have claimed her as my daughter. I've claimed her as my own. It's just that kind of connection, like we were supposed to meet in this lifetime. And there's some fulfillment that happens when we run into these energies. Okay. And so I'm thankful that we've been able to experience this year, this great big love. And then lastly, we have Time Machine. And Time Machine is all about the past, honoring it and not being trapped in it, right? That's a message in itself, right? Being able to honor the past and the experiences without being trapped in them, okay? And when we look at this one, this message comes through energy when we look at Earth. This is grounding energy. Time Machine. And of course, we kind of can assume we understand that this is all about taking a look, being able to take a look. We have the privilege of looking back at the past, even past our lifetime, right? We have a privilege of being able to tap into the generations. And for many of us, we've learned to exist and we understand, not that we learn, this is a fact that we all exist on many different timelines. But some of us have learned to use that to our advantage, right? And so I'm grateful for that. But the Time Machine is all about taking a look at the past, and the things that may be very relevant are things like inherited patterns and cycles, conditioning that we've learned that turned into lessons for us. This is also learning about things that we don't necessarily understand why we know, like cellular memory, like things that come out of our DNA, and honoring that without being trapped there, right? I can honor my past and everything that has happened and everything that I've been able to benefit from my ancestors' lessons. Like I can look back at my grandmother and the lessons that she taught me through her life, not orally, but by looking at her path and her patterns, I'm able to adapt those naturally. And what I don't want, I'm able to learn from it and grow from it and excel from it, right? So Time Machine is all about having access to the past in ways that are beneficial to the right now. And so these are things that we have kind of brought out in the energy here to be thankful for here today. I'm going to grab some tarot. This is beautiful. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know here about this energy of thankfulness that we stand in today from what we're learning here? What do we need to know? Whew. Okay. It fell out. Let's see. What do we need to know? I love these energies. And I feel like during this season, for those that do have some type of routine or a ritual, right, where you get together with family and you cook and you laugh, you play games, keep these things in mind, because these things are things I feel like Spirit is bringing up that will enrich. It's going to enrich our experience, our lives, our connections, even our understanding for some of us about why we're here. Very pivotal moments that we come to about our existence in this lifetime. This may tap you into that energy. Yeah. All right. So the tarot cards are the Knight of Swords, the back of the Knight of Swords, the back of the Temperance, and the Empress, the front of the Empress. And so I feel like what we're thankful for, some of the things that's showing up right now is this has been, for many, a very, with the back of the Knight of Swords, this is someone who has aggressively been trying and moving and staying focused, trying not to be blown off course, maybe even to the point of being very defensive with what we're going after and trying to accomplish. there's a bit of appreciation for that. We could be thankful for that because I feel like we have overcome this, and you may have found a place, a landing place through your patience and your and guidance to find a safe spot. That's what this says, that you found, or you've come to a place, you came to a place sometime where you were able to ask for the help that you desire. And because of that, you will find, or you have found, for those of you that already exist in this energy, a safe landing spot for guidance. Yeah. And so there's some relief that has come in or that will come in. And we could be thankful for that. It's been a tumultuous year, is what I'm feeling with the back of the Knight of Swords, almost to the point where you've had to fight to remain in position, to keep moving forward. It's been tumultuous, like a storm. And I do see that subsiding now that you have surrendered to receive the help that's needed. Okay, hope that resonates. With the Temperance, this is almost like a time that we could be thankful for, because we don't have to succumb to sacrifice ourselves, or to sacrifice who we are for what it is that we want. Like, we're able to stand 10 toes down on what it is we want, of who we are, and still maintain or receive what it is that we are trying to work out. The Temperance is all about patience as well. But it's not just standing and waiting, like this Knight of Swords is moving, it's doing, it's trying to figure out what works. Many times you see the Temperance holding 2 cups, because Temperance is alchemizing. It's working out, it's working and trying to figure out the solutions, the correct measurements. There's some desire for specifications. The Temperance can also be about having a level of guidance, or having some form of assistance. Here in this picture, Temperance is standing between the gallows, where we usually find the hangman, who actually does sacrifice himself for a season. He's standing between the lion and the bird, and between the gallows. So in other words, this is not really a time where it would be beneficial or even necessary to sacrifice yourself or your ego, who you are, who you show up as in the world. We're talking about a healthy ego. This is not a time to have to feel like you have to sacrifice that, right? And so we're thankful for being able, like the Shining Through card said, of being able to show up and express ourselves so authentically. We are in that time and day. I'm so glad for things like freedom of speech and freedom to assemble, and all of those constitutional precepts that have been put in place that we are able to take advantage of. Not that it's perfect, but because of it, we are able to show up and express ourselves in the way that we need to. And I feel like that's what is coming up here, that we could be thankful for that. We also have the Empress. Now, this is huge, because the Empress is talking about being thankful for abundance. She brings abundance. She is abundant in every aspect of life. And we're not just talking about money. We're talking about love. We are talking about finances. We're talking about material abundance. We're talking about health. We're even talking about an abundance of generations and families. She's known to be pregnant and carrying. And, there's just all of this, that she brings good fortune into life. And so for some of you, you have experienced this year. And it has been amazing. It's been amazing. And some of you, I'm hearing, even your mind is about to be blown in 2026. You think you saw something in 2025? Wait until 2026. And so we have this to be thankful for, this generosity when it comes to our desires and when it comes to our needs, how it has been filled, not just filled, but abundantly given without restriction. And not only that, the Empress says, like I was saying, you thought you were doing something in 2025, wait till 2026, because the Empress is the promise of increase as well. So if your monies was good in 2025, 2026 is going to be off the chains. If your love life was good in 2025, it is going to increase. and it's going to be exceptionally good in 2026, right? Because the Empress brings in abundance, increase of abundance in all those things. If your health was good in 2025, 2026, you're about to be running up walls at midnight, right? And so this is associated with things like marriage and children, like growth in every aspect. So 2025 could hold very beautiful things for those of you that are watching. And this is all about fertility, not just about the womb, but about life in general. Everything springs into being in every realm, in every aspect of life. This is abundance. And so we're thankful for that. And if you haven't had the opportunity to experience it in 2025, then 2026 is your year. If you're watching this, claim this, okay? Claim this. And what we don't see on the backside is the Four of Wands. I feel like it's going to be a very beautiful time of community, of connection. The Four of Wands is all about building solid foundations. We see the four pillars here. We just did a reading on the 1111, which had a connotation of the Four of Wands. So if you haven't watched that, go back and read that. It's a couple of readings back, the 1111. But there's something very beautiful that we will be able to be thankful for, that we have been thankful for. And it's all about community, building strong, solid connections and foundations. It can also be about marriage. The Four of Wands can also be about marriage. This is a card that talks about that. But I feel like this really taps into that Empress energy, because if you can look on the vine, there's lots of grapes, which talks about fruitfulness, abundance. It talks about enjoying life, just having a very exquisite experience. Yeah. And so we have so much to be thankful for. And if you feel led, share with us what you're grateful for in this time. Put it in the comments, right? And I feel like whatever has been in 2025 is about to be increased in 2026. I feel like there's definitely been some things that we've been freed from, some lessons that we've learned that has allowed us to break out of anything that would restrict us or hold us back from experiencing our best life. And it's no holds barred, right? If we understand, as we were talking about the timelines, if we understand all of these things that are open to us, it's almost like if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. But if you know what your rights are, you better take care of those rights and make sure that you exercise those rights. It's the same with this. If you don't know what you have at your disposal, the fact that you have all this abundance that's available for you to pull into your reality, if you don't know that you're able to look over the different timelines and pull out what's useful and work through what's not so that you can heal it and grow from it, right? If you don't know that you have the ability to show up and express your authentic self in life without feeling any shame about that, right? You have a divine right to everything that we talked about here. Okay. So maybe you are somebody that didn't know, you don't know. This is for you too. Okay. 2025 happened. We have so much to be thankful for. 2026, I feel like the increase is going to be paramount. It's going to be paramount. But you have to know, okay? You have to know. That's what this reading is all about. It's opening up that energy and bringing it forward. You just have to accept it if it's your message, okay? So thankful, so thankful. And the sun, right? And so this is the message coming through today. Thank you guys for stopping by. Blood Moon Oracle here. I just feel really good. I feel really good about this message. And even now, I feel like there are things that we're working through, some things that are underlining the surface. Things could be really good. Not to say that we're not still working on things, because we are. That's what it's all about. It's about allowing ourselves to continue to grow and continue to allow things to be exposed and revealed so that we can continue to grow from it and heal from it and release those things. How can they be released if we keep them hidden? They have to be brought up to the surface so that they can be dealt with. And so it's all working in our favor. It's all working together. And so Thank you for stopping by. Blood Moon Oracle here. If you like the message, like, share, comment, subscribe if you're stopping by for the first time. My name is Leticia, and this was a message of encouragement, of being thankful. Okay? Yes. Until next time. Bye.